I'm a curious person, and I love seeing how things are made. Bangladesh has long been known as one of the world's largest garments exporters. So I headed over to Ashulia to visit a knitwear factory. I'd get to see the process behind how a sweater is put together. What really goes behind the clothes we wear? Let's start in the offices where orders are received from international buyers. These are incredibly detailed documents which specify the measurements and materials for each product. Once the design is finalized, the yarn is sourced both locally and shipped in from abroad. Now let's get to the fun stuff. The winding section is where the yarn is waxed and spun onto spindles. Looks cool, right? The purpose of this step is to prepare the yarn into a state where they can be loaded onto the actual knitting machines. This brings us to the knitting section. These knitting machines are known as jacquard machines, costing around $20,000 each. First off, they need to be programmed to be able to create each panel of the garment. Once loaded, a single operator can manage 6 of these jacquard machines at any given time. These machines knit individual panels, which will need to be linked together later in the process. The time taken at this stage can vary due to the complexity of the design and the materials used. As you can see, these operators require complete focus to hit production targets. Each stage of this production process goes through quality control. Once the knitting is complete, each item undergoes a light panel check to look for defects. Small errors can be corrected by hand, but any larger issues means the panel needs to be unwound in the winding section and start all over again. This reduces wastage and costs. When everything looks good, we head over to the assembly section where the garment will begin to take more shape. Here you'll see the sleeves attached to the front and back panels using these linking machines. This part of the process is more labor intensive, where the panels need to be manually fed through. In high stress areas of the garment, the stitching is reinforced for extra durability. This process is called bar tack or overlock stitching. Once the linking and stitching is trimmed and checked, we move to the washing section. Each garment needs to be washed and dried before moving on to the final stages. Every design will have its own specific wash cycle with set temperatures and chemicals. These are all finalized beforehand during the design process. You probably can't tell in the video, but this laundry room can become extremely hot due to the machines emitting heat. Not a bad thing in winter, but on a hot summer's day like this one, it can get pretty toasty. After washing, there's the usual quality checks to ensure the garment wasn't damaged in the washing process. Now we just need the finishing touches. In this case, the sweater requires a zip on the front and the usual labels to be attached. With the garment looking pretty good, we enter the ironing section to take out any creases or wrinkles. This is actually more of a steaming process to avoid damaging the sweater. With all the manufacturing complete, we just need to measure up and make sure everything matches the original design. Before heading out, the sweaters need to be packaged and labeled. They need to be packed in such a way that the garments are both protected and can easily be transported. The final destination for this batch is the UK, which will take around 5 weeks to reach. So they still have a long journey left before hitting the stores. Thanks for staying tuned, and if you enjoyed watching this, then subscribe for more.